Hi, welcome back to the channel. I have not given an update on our pool garden in a while. So it's the middle of July. The limelights are doing their thing. So I thought this would be a good time to just give a little updated tour. There's a lot in bloom again. There's sort of a lull in June, or really it's like May. And then by late June, everything's starting to pop back to life. But my favorite time is when the limelights start blooming. So let's get in here and look. The Angelina sedum is past its prime. I have to come out and cut off all the stalks, the flower stalks, and then that'll look better. So that's a job. The Super Trunia Vista bubblegum is looking good. We've had a lot of rain, and I know it hasn't been draining or drying out in between, so that's why it's not looking great kind of in the center there. You can tell it's getting too much water. And then the scabiosa is still blooming, which I love the scabiosa. It blooms all summer. I really need to deadhead that also. So this weekend I'll be going around with my bucket and deadheading everything. We have a lot of lilies right now. I don't remember what these are called, but I'll put the name on the screen. I have to look into my book. All of our liatris are in bloom. They've been blooming for a while. They'll probably be done in the next week or two. Look at all the lilies. Oh, a lily that fell over. This is Proven Winners Luminary Phlox. I think it's called Ultraviolet. I kind of expected it to do better this year. It's not much bigger than when I bought it last year, but it's probably just too scrunched in there. I probably need to move it somewhere where it has more space. The Millennium Allium are great as always. I love them. Just so many flowers in that little plant. The bee balm is starting to come back, starting to bloom. After I did a pretty dramatic deadhead, I didn't just deadhead it, I kind of took off like the top quarter of the plant to clean it up. So that's coming back. This is a new addition. I took out a lot of this phlox because it all looked like that. So I took out a lot of this creeping phlox and just kind of left the creeping part on the rock there. And so then I added this, it's like a miniature buddleia. Really excited about it. The flowers, it doesn't really have any right now. It will, but it's like a raspberry, or I think it was called cranberry. So it's so pretty, the color. We have our echinacea blooming, falling over. And then there's a yarrow back there that's basically done. I need to move that too. That's not in a good spot. The catmint is not blooming very well. I thought it would sort of flush out again, but it's not looking so good. The Gara, same thing. I really thought it would rebloom. I think it is going to. Like, these spikes look like they will be blooming, so I'll let you know next week if it blooms. And then we have the sedum that I did a Chelsea chop on, looking really good now. It does have powdery mildew this year. Everything in this bed gets powdery mildew, probably because it's just so packed in. I need to remove some stuff, although I love the look of tightly packed gardens. It doesn't get enough airflow, I guess. So here's the limelights. I don't know what stage I like the best, the green or the white. I love them all. It's just so pretty. I mean, look at this. They're huge. This is the 5th summer for these limelights. So they are big. And some of them are just like massive. I love coming out and picking these and bringing them in. You can really tell how big they are when you put them in a vase and bring them inside. So this little meteor shower verbena is probably my favorite new plant for this season that I did. I will definitely be doing more next summer, or I might even, I did try to grow Verbena boreensis from seed this year, but it did not work out. I don't know if I collected the seeds at like a nature preserve near us. We went in the fall and they had like a pick your own flower thing that was done because it was fall, but all the seed heads were out. So I grabbed a couple thinking I could just grow my own in the spring, but I don't know if they needed like a cold stratification or what, but none of them germinated. So I will do some more research into that. I definitely want to grow my own verbena next spring, next winter, start them out by seed so I can just pop them in. I really think like if I had just verbena dotted all throughout, I would love that look, because these have been amazing. I have not deadheaded a single flower. They look great. They've just only gotten better. Like I can just now see that kind of the seed heads are starting to grow, but they've really looked so good all summer. So this is my problem with the creeping phlox. I love creeping phlox in the spring, but then it really doesn't look good. Oh look, I do have the start of one flower. So good. These will rebloom. Okay, and as we go down, more bee balm, more lilies. The geranium, I did a dramatic cut back of this one as well. Probably cut it in half, so that's not blooming. The milkweed that volunteered this year. And then this rose I need to clean up. But it is, these True Bloom, the Ping Lim True Bloom roses are so healthy. This thing has like quadrupled in size since I planted it in whatever, May. It's amazing. It came as a bare root, and it really didn't look like it had that much roots on it. And it's just doing great. It's been blooming. It's got a lot of blooms on it. I need to deadhead it, but it's loaded. Now, it's not the one that I thought I was buying. The package was labeled True Serenity, and this is True Sincerity. So that was disappointing, but it is beautiful. Yellow is not my favorite, and this is actually very similar to the Oh So Easy Italian ice rose that I have. So I didn't really want this color, but it's healthy. A little bit of black spot maybe, but not even enough to really say it has black spot. It's healthy and it's beautiful and it's blooming, so I'm not gonna complain. That's my Laura petalum that probably needs to get moved, or something needs to get moved. Another catmint, and this is definitely getting moved, the Russian sage. I think I put it there it was definitely there before this tree, the red bud, so it needs to get moved. This liatris is getting moved because it's just gotten huge and it doesn't fit there. The red bud is doing really well, holding up to the heat. And then I think I have a plan for this spot. I kind of have been thinking that I might put some hostas there for now, because I can split some hostas. It'll be free. I've been killing off this grass basically all summer, kind of because I felt bad for our landscapers having to come in here and just get this little square. So I just decided to kill off the grass, and I think I'm gonna put 2 or 3 hostas when I go in and split them. When the weather gets a little cooler, I'll just pop some hostas in there for now. I also have some lilies I could split. I have a lot of things to split in the fall. This is a Plum Magic crepe myrtle, just starting to bloom. It's loaded. I'm so happy because this thing had a lot of winter damage. It's been here. This might be its 3rd summer. The first summer, or the second one after it was in the ground, it died completely back to the ground. And then this year it wasn't completely dead to the ground, but it had a lot of winter damage. So I'm happy to see it's got so many buds on it. And I love that foliage, so I really hope it starts getting a little tougher in the wintertime now that it's more established. And then behind the fence here we have our Vitex, Shoal Creek Vitex. It's basically done. It's past its prime. That's a new addition. I want to say like last September I planted that. So the hope is that that will kind of grow taller, and that'll bloom right before the limelights. So you'll be able to see that kind of behind the pool area. Before the limelights bloom, it'll add some color. Let's see if we have any roses blooming. Oh, and I'll stop over here real quick. So these are the hostas I can split. They grow crazy. And right now, all my hostas are looking terrible. It's just been so hot, and I know we have slugs. They're all so raggedy. So I want to take them out of this area because this is like right where we sit by the pool. So I'm going to get rid of those, probably move them over there where they'll be less noticeable. But this is what I want to show. This is the red pillar Rose of Sharon by Proven Winners. It's so pretty. It's a new addition for this year. It was like the perfect find for this area. I have this corner that's just been so hard for years. We added this fence on the left. When we moved in, there was no fence around the pool. The fence was just around the whole yard. And then of course we have little kids, so I wanted a fence around the pool. So we added this. It's not ideal. It's kind of like retrofit in this area. So we have this awkward little corner. It's like a pie slice. But this Rose of Sharon gets tall, 10 to 16 feet tall, but only 4 to 5 feet wide. So that will max out this area. We do not have 5 feet, but it'll work. So I'm loving the color. I cannot wait till it gets over the railing here. And when you're sitting at the table there, it's kind of like a backdrop. So pretty, growing so well. I love it, very happy with that. And the clematis are just looking crazy. All right, here's what the roses are looking like. I deadheaded, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 days ago, so I need to do it again. They just, roses don't love it when it's this hot, so the flowers don't look the same as they did in May. But this is Oh So Easy Italian Ice. Flowering. This is Distant Drums. Still flowering. The flowers on this one actually look pretty good, smaller, but it does have black spot. You can see down in there. So I really probably need to get out and take off all the affected areas, but it's not really affecting flowering. I'd say it's flowering pretty good. Earth Angel, a touch of black spot, nothing crazy. But this one definitely doesn't like the heat. I have a Sprinter boxwood there. I want to get several more Sprinter boxwood by the end of this summer, because I planted last year. It was 1 or 2, it's probably 2 gallons or something similar to that, and it has gotten so big. And then this is True Inspiration. These flowers are huge in May. It's kind of hard to believe, but they're pretty small now compared to what they are. And the petals are even like, I don't know, it just looks so different this time of year, but I'm just glad we have something on it. I'll show you the other wall of hydrangeas. This is the other wall of limelights. I couldn't stop myself. I just bought so many limelights. My neighbor's landscapers are here. I think this phase is my favorite, when they're like a creamy white. So beautiful. For some reason, this one's a little further along. This one is 1 year younger than these two. And then there's one more rose I want to show. All right, so this is a rose that I just got, I don't know, a month or two ago, a month or 6 weeks ago. It is Eau de Parfum Bling by Monrovia. Got it at Lowe's, half off. There was nothing wrong with the plant. It had like a couple branches, not even full branches, a couple like little sections that were brown. But I saw these in bloom at Lowe's in May. They had a whole table full of them, and the color is just amazing. Like, if this is what it looks like in July, you can imagine how big and beautiful the flowers are in May. I didn't have any roses this color, so I had to get it. Don't have a spot for it, that's why it's in this pot, but I am crazy about that color. So it's springing back to life, super healthy. I mean, it didn't need to spring back to life. It's been taken off, really. It was not in bad shape at all. So really pretty, that one. Here's another crepe myrtle. This is like a shrub crepe myrtle, so it won't get huge. Budding up. And then here's another example of my hostas not looking good. I see slugs out here on this patio every morning, so they're just destroying the hostas. I should probably do something about the slugs, but I just let them be. I forgot my flip-flops out here one night this week, and I came out in the morning and they had slug trails all over them. So that should probably make me act. And that's about it. I need to come out and chop this clematis soon. I have a hosta back there that I need to move, so that might be one of them going next to the arborvitae there, because it's just eclipsed. The rhododendron are getting budded up for next spring. So everything is moving right along. So thanks for checking in.